The name of the Legio Mortis was feared and distrusted by many within the Imperium long before the betrayal and horror of the Horus Heresy was to unfold. Originating in the pre-Imperial Age of Strife, they were, according to the legends of the Martian Lex Mechanics, one of the Triad Ferrum Morgullis, the three originating Titan legions created by the besieged cult Mechanicus during the Bloody Wars to take back the Red Planet. As was recorded in the iconography of its seal, the purpose of its creation was twofold. Firstly, to stand sentinel at the gates of the Fabricator General's domain as tireless guardians, and secondly, the annihilation of all life that would threaten the machine cult. Since its founding, the Legio Mortis has been instilled with hatred for all those who defy the will of Mars and its rulers, serving both as sentry and exterminator. Grim, dour, and secretive, it gained a dark repute during the conquest of Mars as merciless and sinister that would only grow as the centuries passed. It was during such a time, marked by great bloodshed and horrific violence, that the Titan Legion gained its more common name, Death's Heads, chosen as much for its iconography and ritual onyx skull masks of its Princeps as it was for the Titan's long-standing practice of arraying the skeletal remains of slain foes across the armoured pediments of its god engines. Bound it was by right and tradition in personal loyalty to the office of the Fabricator General, and long has it been used to enforce his rule, both against his enemies in war and as a weapon to punish recalcitrant Magos and even other Titan legions that defied his will. This history garnered the Death's Head few friends or allies in its long-standing rivalry with the fellow members of the Triad Ferrum Morgullis, most notably the Legio Ignatum, and its contempt for the upstart Titan legions of other Forge worlds was well known. The Legio Mortis' reputation as an infamously fractious and insular force, whose allegiance many within the Imperium's military staff believed remained solely to the Fabricator General and the Emperor not at all, resulted in the tragic irony of the Titan Legion's assignment to the personal flag of Horus Lupercal. It was hoped that being under the Primarch's guidance, who was at the time not Warmaster, but one Primarch amongst many, would deepen the Titan Legion's loyalty to the Imperium and soften the harsher corners of its personality. For much of the Great Crusade, the principal strength of the Legio Mortis was assigned to the 63rd Expeditionary Fleet, serving as the Titan background of its strength. Small battle groups were assigned to the Legio Mortis' Forge Fortress on Mars, and to the blockade of the Urn Holdfast. Infrequently, those upon the Red Planet were known to depart at the behest of the Fabricator General, unleashed upon rebellious elements of the expanding Mechanicum or technological bastions that resisted the transfer of control to Mars. In this role, supported by the Pact of Morbidia, the Legio Mortis earned its reputation as callous and grim, the heavy tread of its god engines crushing civilizations beneath them, for the temerity of questioning a path not dictated by the Fabricator General. Of all the Titan legions that served within the Imperium, few save the Legio Mortis claimed the dubious honour of eradicating a Titan legion in its entirety, at least until the bitter days of the Horus Heresy. In this did the Death's Heads revel, for it was upon the field of battle as God Engine duelled God Engine that the Titan Legion proved its self-assigned role as greatest amongst the Collegia Titanica. The later decades of the Great Crusade saw the Legio Mortis cement its reputation as a destroyer and enforcer of its master's will. In service to the charismatic and deadly Primarch of the 16th Legion, then known as the Lunar Wolves, the Legio Mortis fought in over 100 campaigns, adorning their god engines with the ashes of countless worlds and the bones of scores of different races it helped exterminate. Those years of warfare did indeed see new loyalties forged, but it was to the standard of Horus Lupercal Legio Mortis pledged itself to, not that of the distant Emperor. Such devotion ensured that the Titan Legion willingly followed the Warmaster when he fell from grace. The guns of the Legio Mortis were amongst the first to be turned against the Imperium, for the Titan Legion willingly followed the Warmaster into treachery. On Istvan III, elements of the Legio Mortis, including the now infamous Imperator known as Deus Irae, were trusted with the task of exterminating the few loyalists that were expected to survive the initial virus bombardment. When what had meant to be a coup de grace descended into a wholesale battle, Horus ordered the full Titan Legion deployed to smash the husks of the hive cities and break the loyalists' resistance. For the first time, Legiones Astartes met Legiones Titanicus in open conflict, and the Legio Mortis led the way, baptizing its new legion in the blood of any who deemed agnostic to the Warmaster. For the remainder of the Horus Heresy, the Legio Mortis proved a constant companion to the Warmaster and his forces. From Istvan V and the world of Molech, to the Beta Garman system and the walls of the Emperor's palace on Terra itself. The god engines of the Legio Mortis brought ruin and death to all assembled beneath the Imperium's banner. Records from innumerable battles during the Horus Heresy report the presence of Death's Head Titans, yet their prolific acts of treachery did little to diminish the strength of the Legio Mortis, for the Warmaster ensured they remained well supplied. Even when the traitors were thrown down and Horus lay dead, the Legio Mortis refused to be broken, carving itself a bloody path across the galaxy as it began a new war, one where the Titan Legion would unequivocally stand as the greatest among its kind.